It's the Red Zone Challenge. Here we go. The playoffs. Playoffs. Yes. We're going to do all 6 games today. Remember, every game is worth 4 points. So if you're down a ways and you're trying to win that $1,000, that TV, don't give up. Don't mess around. Pay attention, because every pick you get correct will give you 4 points and could move you that much closer to the grand prize.
You just have to do a quarter of the work this week, right? Or roughly a quarter of the work.
We're giving away $1,000. We get the TV, we get the surround sound. Every week we give away a free round of golf. This week it's at Chalk Mountain. We also have $25 to go to the Poorhouse, brunch at the Sea Venture, Red Zone Challenge right now, KZOC.com. We're going to be picking all the games this week. Cleveland at Houston, Miami at Kansas City, Pittsburgh at Buffalo, Green Bay travels to Dallas, the Rams head out to Detroit to take on the Lions, and Philly Monday night, or is it Monday? I'm sure it's Monday night, in Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. Got to see where this one goes. Before we find out what's going on at the Poorhouse and at Swing Time at Dairy Creek, let's give you the rundown. Leslie, still up there in front, but only by 2 over Lawn Boy Kevin at 33 and 22. Kevin's at 31 and 24. I am 1 game behind you, Kevin, at 30 and 25, and Jeff sneaking up on the rear, 27 and 28. Almost 500, Jeff. Almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Don't call it a comeback.
I'm.
Don't call it a comeback.
I'm bumping up against back in expert territory. I think you got to be above 500 to be an expert. So I'm almost there.
All right, so here we are. New Year's is over. Some people are doing dry January. On this phone call, if there was one person doing dry January, come on.
Lawn Boy Kevin.
Come on. Have you ever done dry January, Kevin?
Heck no, I got to get over all the holiday stuff.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
It's the worst time of year.
Credit card bills are coming.
If I'm going to pick a month to go dry, I'm picking February.
I'm picking
Super Bowl. You can't do it during the Super Bowl, man. Come
So
on.
I said if.
If he was. Leslie, if you had, if they made a law in California, and trust me, they will, probably before we're dead, that 1 month everybody has to go dry,
laws,
and it's, I mean, and dry January. Can you imagine that being a bar owner? How is dry January going for the bar business at the Poorhouse?
It definitely makes a difference.
Really?
You definitely, 100%. We even had comedy last night. We had a full room, and our sales were like half of what they usually are, because people come in and they're like, "Oh, I'll have a glass of water and watch this free show," which is cool. That's fine. But,
kick them out.
we offer that free show for you guys to buy some beer.
You know, I don't know if you've ever been to a strip club, Leslie, but they charge
2-drink minimum.
A 2-drink minimum. And Cokes, back in the day when I used to go, like 20 years ago, they were $5 a piece. So there was no refills. So I'm just saying, if they're not ordering a drink,
strip club.
Yeah, I would make it cheaper to order beer than it would be to order soda or tea. Just saying. That's my consulting advice.
We've
today.
actually thought about that, doing the drink minimum, but it usually, here's the thing, it's usually only for about the first 2 weeks, because people are like, oh yeah, I'm all gung-ho and I'm going to do the whole month, and then like by the 14th they're like, screw this, I need a drink. So
I can't deal with my
couple days.
I can't deal with you people.
Yeah.
Lucky for society, the fortitude of the person that likes to brag about how they don't drink is coming to an end very soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm actually doing pretty good myself. I've only drank once this year. I had some wine, and I had a lot, and it's made me not want to drink for a while.
I've been pretty good. I've only drank one night this week, and it was.
What was the injury that you had at the tail end of the year? Was it vertebrae?
I had some herniated discs.
Okay, you get a pass for dry January, because like alcohol is a great painkiller, not marketed as one, but it is a great painkiller.
Yes,
especially when you're mixing it with the hard stuff.
Yeah.
So, real quick, what do you got going on tonight and tomorrow night for entertainment at the Poorhouse?
Tonight I'm really excited. Well, I'm always excited, but tonight there's a band from San Diego coming up. They've never played in Paso before. They're a jazz and blues band who just won the album of the year down at the San Diego Music Awards. They're called Chicken Bone Slim and the Biscuits. We always get people that like more jazz, more blues, and so I hope when we do it that people come out and actually support it. It's always hard when you get a band from out of town that people don't know. but we vet these bands a lot, and we make sure that they're good quality bands, and so it's going to be one that people should definitely come check out. And then tomorrow night we've got locals, Zen Mountain Poets, who ironically have never played at the Poorhouse since I've owned it. So I'm super excited to have them coming out for the first time too.
Chicken Bone Slim and the Biscuits has to be the greatest band name of all time.
It's pretty good.
I don't care.
Better than Guardians of the Narrative? Come on.
Guardians of the Narrative is a pretty good one.
Okay, that's just our made-up band.
Yeah.
All right, so then Dairy Creek Slow, that's SLO.com, if you want to make your reservation right now to go out and play the simulator game. This is for people who haven't gone, this isn't like a golf simulator like, it used to be 10 years ago where we hit into a screen. You guys have it now set up at the driving range where people are swinging real clubs, real balls, they're really taking off, and you can play, how many different courses are loaded into the machine?
Oh man, tons, lots of. You can pretty much any course you can think of, you can play.
Okay.
And perfect timing for dry January. We just got the liquor license back out at swing time, so we really want to pump that though. So I know it was a big issue for a lot of people.
Test it out. Test it out for a month. Nobody's drinking. Then we'll really hit it hard in February.
But I'm saying, hey, us drinkers, we're not going to have to wait. We're going to be like, bring it on. Get
your drinks quick now.
Over there.
Yeah. So we're really stoked to have that back. That was a hassle for however many months it was that we didn't have it out on that little portion of the patio, but good to have it back. And, first night back with alcohol, we had some stuff break, so it was perfect.
Yes. It's not golf if stuff's not getting broken, huh?
Oh, geez. Screens getting hit, but that's what makes it fun. So we wanted to apologize to all the families that were having a great time at night with more calmness, but now we're ready for the party to start.
And now
playoff football coming up.
Is this a great way to catch playoff football, because oftentimes, like if you're like Leslie, like Lawn Boy Kevin, like Jeremy, or like Jeff, our teams aren't in the playoffs.
Playoffs.
So I want something else to do while watching a game.
Yes,
okay,
that's
so
important.
whether that's mimosas on Sunday at the Poorhouse or swinging in a golf club on Sunday, Saturday, or Monday, I want to do that. Okay.
All right. When we come back, we're going to cover all 6 games for this weekend. Stick around. The Red Zone Challenge picks are next.
It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
This is the Red Zone Challenge. It's brought to you by the Poorhouse and Swing Time at Dairy Creek. We're playing right now. KZOZ.com, the 6 closest games of the week. We'll be talking about Cleveland going out to Houston, Miami at Kansas City. The Steelers are still in it, heading out to Buffalo, Green Bay at Dallas. The Rams travel out to Detroit to take on the Lions in Philly Monday nights against Tampa Bay. We start with Cleveland, a 2.5-point road favorite, heading out to Houston. The order goes like this. Leslie's at 33 and 22. Kevin's at 31 and 24. I'm at 30 and 25. Jeff's at 27 and 28. But Jeff was perfect last week. Perfect. 3-0. He will start us off. Kevin, you will go next. I will go third. And Leslie will wrap up the picks in the 4th position today. Let's go Cleveland. 2.5-point favorite at Houston. Jeff, who do you like?
Give me the Cleveland Browns. They got a good defense. And Joe Flacco, you know what his lifetime playoff record is? Better than my record this year in picking games in the Red Zone Challenge. He's 7-5 in the playoffs. So Joe Flacco's the comeback player of the year versus the rookie of the year. I'm going to take the comeback player of the year this time of year. I do think it will be an entertaining game. I think it'll be close, but I think the Cleveland Browns will figure out a way to win.
Lawn Boy Kevin.
It's Joe Flacco's year, man. He's coming back. He's hot. It's just destined to happen to have the Ravens play the Browns in the Flacco Bowl. Flacco's going to beat his former team. So I'm going to take Cleveland. I'm riding them all the way.
All right. I like Cleveland as well. Leslie, who do you like?
I love the Browns too.
Clean sweep.
Every time my good friend. Yeah, I've been on the Browns run the whole time this year. My good friend Bill is up there as he's a offensive coordinator assistant. And so he and I text all the time about what they've got going on and stuff. And
Wait. How many
insider
times?
information.
How many times have the Browns been part of our picks this year? I want an investigation.
You know what? If you guys remember, our very first week one. Yeah, I can't remember who they played, but you guys all went against them. And I mentioned that my buddy Bill Musgrave is the ex.
Yes, you did. I remember. I do remember the
That's
name.
right. We all picked the Bengals to beat the Browns, and the Browns waxed the Bengals.
And I picked the Brownies.
All right, I'm glad I went with the Browns then.
With the Browns too. Yeah,
right,
I'm hoping that they go all the way with the Broncos out. I'm hoping that they can go all the way and somehow win the whole shebang.
Do you have any
I'm
friends
going
or
Browns.
relatives with the Kansas City Chiefs or the Miami Dolphins?
Well, I was good friends with Elizabeth Smith, Alex Smith's wife, when he was in Kansas City, but we all know he's gone now.
Jeez,
But
it's you.
she and I still keep in touch.
All right, well,
Well,
How's Alex Smith? How is Alex Smith doing then?
you know he's a Coug.
He's doing really good, really good.
Yeah.
He's commentating, I believe, still. They had a little girl a couple years ago. They had 3 sons. They finally got a little girl. They're doing really good.
I think
the
I think
family's
I think
awesome.
he's a commentator on the WSU Cougar broadcast.
No, you're thinking of Alex Brink. Alex Smith is somebody completely different.
You're right. I'm drinking again.
Yeah,
Sorry. All right, let's
Alex
move on.
Smith was-
Let's just move on. Miami out to Kansas City. Kansas City have been struggling, but they're a 4.5-point favorite, Jeff.
Okay, I was going to go Miami on this, but this has the possibility of being one of the coldest playoff games ever played in the top 5. It's supposed to be -1 at kickoff.
Oh, yes.
I have zero faith in Miami playing in cold temperatures after what happened last year in Buffalo. So it pains me to do this as a Miami Dolphins fan, but they're the defending champs. Even though they're not playing as well as they should be, I'm going to take Kansas City home field advantage in the cold. Yes, give me Kansas City.
Lon Boy Kevin.
Yeah, Arrowhead's a tough place to play, especially on the road. That crowd can get really loud. I know Reek's going to be going for his revenge game, but I think I'm going to go with Jeff and take the home team and take Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, Miami's been struggling as of late. They lost their last 2. 56-19, they lost to Baltimore.
They're banged up too. That's another thing that you have to take into consideration with this game. Like they have their defense is banged up and their offense is banged up, so they're not the team that they were 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, I would say this is it's almost a real upset if they're able to pull it off, especially in these kind of frigid temperatures. I agree with you guys. Going with the Chiefs. Leslie?
Well, shoot, I had Dolphins circled too, but I didn't know that they were so banged up.
They are.
I don't really necessarily mind the cold that much. I don't think that's going to make a big difference. But if they're that banged up, then I think I'll go with the Chiefs as well.
Real exciting so far. All right.
That's not very exciting.
So congratulations to Houston and Miami. They'll be advancing.
All right, next up, Pittsburgh traveling out to Buffalo. Buffalo's a 10-point home favorite on this one, Jeff.
Yeah, give me the Buffalo Bills. It goes without saying. I mean, come on. We really have Mason Rudolph versus Josh Allen. I mean, come on. This might be a sign that there's too many teams that make the playoffs.
Lon Boy Kevin.
If the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the playoffs, Buffalo Bills, easy.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jeff and go with this generation's Brett Favre, the gunslinger, and Josh Allen. Yep, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, me too. No doubt that I don't even know why Pittsburgh's in there. Probably because they beat the Seahawks, and that's why Pete Carroll doesn't have a job. Leslie, who do you got?
Bills all day. It's funny that Kevin just mentioned Brett Favre because I was thinking recently watching him some highlights and stuff. I was like, he reminds me a lot of Elway. You know, he goes for that deep ball. He throws a lot of picks, as Elway did too. But when he hits them, man, he's great. So yeah, I'm going to go Bills too.
All right, so there we go. There's the first 3 in the books. When we come back, we'll do Green Bay at Dallas, the Rams at Detroit, and Philadelphia traveling out to Tampa Bay. This is going to be a Monday night game. This is the one that I think Jeff and I disagree on the most. We'll see how it goes down this time. We got Lawn Boy, Kevin, Leslie, Jeff and Jeremy
Stay
here.
tuned. Stay tuned to see if we disagree on a game.
It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
It's the Red Zone Challenge continuing. We move on to the next 3 picks. Green Bay going to Dallas, the Rams in Detroit, and Philly at Tampa Bay. We'll start with Green Bay. Dallas, a 7.5-point favorites at home against the Packers. Jeff, what do you like?
There's 2 games I have picked that could be upsets. This is one of them. But I believe it's my heart rooting for it to happen. I believe I dislike the Cowboys so much that I just want Green Bay to win. And Dallas at home is much different than Dallas on the road. Give me the Dallas Cowboys.
Lone Boy Kevin.
I'm kind of feeling the same way. My heart of hearts wants Dallas to just get smoked. But, yeah, I don't think Green Bay's going to do it. I'm going to take Dallas at home as well.
Not this year, right? I mean...
Right. They're young. They're young.
Yeah, not with Love quarterback. They've had a lot of issues. I don't have the confidence in him as well. I like Dallas too. Leslie?
Yeah, I actually like Love. I mean, he has a great year. He's like 32 touchdowns. He's not had a bad year, but I mean, come on, you can't go against Cowboys are 8-0 at home this year. Mm-hmm. They're putting up 30+ games or 30-point+ games at home, so you got to go with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So far, we've gone through 4 games, and we've all just agree on every single matchup. This can't be correct. If we get these 4 right, I'm telling you, we're smarter than most people give us credit for. All right. Next up, the Rams traveling out to Detroit to take on the Lions. The Lions are 3-point favorite in this one. Maybe we'll sway on this one a little bit. Jeff, where do you have this one at?
I think we will sway on this one a little bit. I think this Jared Goff is his own worst enemy. He's like that Lit song. He's his own worst enemy. And he starts thinking too much about games. And when he has to face his former team and the quarterback that used to be the quarterback that was the franchise quarterback that's going to be in the Ring of Honor in Detroit someday, maybe, I don't know, maybe he'll be in LA, I don't know. And Matthew Stafford, he's going to get the butterflies. The butterflies are going to be swimming in Jared Goff's stomach. I want Detroit to advance because they shouldn't even be in this game because they should have got a better seed as a result of the Dallas.
Because they should have won that
fiasco.
game, but the ref doesn't know what the hell's going on. The guy reported.
Yeah.
But
I want to see the camera footage.
Sean McVay's done an amazing job this year. They were supposed to win 4 or 5 games. This was going to be his last year, and here they are in the playoffs facing Jared Goff in Detroit. I don't know how long it's been since Detroit's won a playoff game, but keep that going. Give me the Rams.
Lone Boy Kevin.
Why do you got to steal all my thunder there, Jeff?
Sorry.
That's all right. I'm thoroughly impressed with what LA has been able to do. They hit big with their 2 rookies this year. They're running back and
Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua. Yeah.
However you say his name. They struck gold. And, yeah, like you said, I just don't think Goff is going to have it against that defense. Donaldson's going to be all over him. So I'm going to take the Rams as well on the road.
The Rams beat the 49ers last week in Week 18. McCaffrey's hurt.
The Ginger Bowl.
Nobody was playing.
Yeah,
don't even reference that game.
Yeah, I know. So just remember that. I bring it up because I want people to remember just because they beat the 49ers, the circumstances behind that game. But I don't know. I feel like Detroit's really on something this year. And I'm going to go the other way. And I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. Leslie.
I hope you're right.
I'm going to go with Jeremy. I think that Goff is going to get some revenge. And I think he manages the game well. I want the Lions to win. I'm an old school Barry Sanders fan, and that was my dad's team, so I'm going Lions. They're overdue for a playoff win.
And then next up, final game, Monday night, Philadelphia, a 3-point road favorite on the road to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs. Jeff?
Jeremy, who do you think's Equanimeous St. Brown's going to be rooting for in that game? His brother? Oh, Monroe?
You know, why you got to bring up this stuff, man?
It's a very,
why you got to bring up the past?
It's a very inside joke, but Leslie, just so you know, Kevin knows because he was in the league. Jeremy wasn't paying attention in the draft and in the second
round 2.
The third round.
Okay, let me tell everybody what happened. I was reading an article, listening to a podcast. St. Brown. I wrote down St. Brown. I put him in the queue. It was the wrong St. Brown. How was I to know there was going to be 2 St. Browns? I drafted the wrong guy, who I immediately dropped before the season started, and he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, and you turned it around. You won the consolation bracket.
Yeah,
so look what you did.
I did win.
Draft. See, the draft doesn't mean squat in fantasy football.
Just means I get to make that mistake
Who
earlier
won
next
your
year.
fantasy league? This year,
The same guy that won last year. He takes Josh Allen every year, and Josh Allen scores way too many points in our format. Yeah. So I think the key to winning our league apparently is just drafting Josh Allen.
Right.
There you go.
Jeff, who do you like? Widget?
Give me. God, this is the
I thought
game.
you were picking Philly.
Why would I pick Philly?
That's what you.
Why would I pick
We talked
Tampa
about
Bay
this.
though? This is a garbage game, by the way.
It is.
These two teams played earlier this season, and Philadelphia mopped them in Tampa Bay. Different roster altogether, and they're dealing with some injuries. I mean, not different roster, just different. The situation is much different with Philadelphia down a lot of guys, and they're very tired. But Baker's hurt too, so we don't know how far he's going to get through that game.
What's wrong with Baker?
He has an ankle injury, and he banged up his ribs in the beginning
But he's
of
still
that game
going to
last
play,
week.
isn't he?
You know, Baker does not take a day off. But the problem is he effective? Is he do more harm than good by playing? Give me Philadelphia. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Go Eagles.
Give
Go
him the
Eagles.
tush push.
Lon Boy Kevin.
I have no faith in the Eagles. They've been on the ropes for the last 5 weeks, and they just have not looked good at all. So it pains me to say this, putting my faith in Baker Mayfield, but I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
Kevin, I agree with you. I mean, I think that Tampa Bay's been playing better football. Philadelphia, they're having some major issues. I don't know if they're that banged up. Maybe they're banged up front. I don't know what's going on, but the tush push is not going to push them any further into the playoffs.
You have two big-time receivers that likely aren't going to be able to play in this game. You know, and A.J. Brown and
For the
Devontae
Bucs?
Smith.
For the
the Eagles, yeah. I mean, what are you going to... Good thing you took you signed Julius Jones off of the street early in the season.
All right, I'm going to go Bucks as well. Leslie, that leaves it up to you.
I was actually going to ask you guys what Jeff just brought up. Are A.J. Brown and Goddard definitely out?
Well, I don't know about Dallas Goedert, but it didn't look good for A.J. Brown. The good thing is everybody in the press is talking about this game being a good thing that it got pushed back to Monday because it gives guys extra time to heal. Now, we picked these games so much earlier than that who knows? They could be game time decisions on Monday. So, and even when the guys are that hurt, how effective are they in the game? That's what I struggle with.
Yeah, I think I know that Hurts kind of. I guess he's got a hurt finger too, and I don't know how much.
Did you see that thing last week?
Yeah.
No, I didn't actually.
Oh,
Did you see that femur last week?
Okay, I'm going to go with the Eagles just because I think that they're eventually going to have to, sort it out. They've lost the last 5 of 6, where Bucks have won the last 5 of 6, but I think that's got to change. I feel like the Eagles have just got to, I don't know. I in my heart is telling me Eagles. The Buccaneers could barely beat Carolina last week. Had they had a better game last week?
Yes.
I might go with the Bucks, but yeah, I got to go Eagles.
Field goals. Yeah. 3 field goals isn't going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles on their worst day.
Yeah.
Because their worst day was last week, and they scored 10 points against the Giants.
20 points. Did they?
All right, so there it is.
Against the Giants. That's a lot.
We agree on the first 4, the first 3, actually the first 4, and disagree on the last 2. You have to make your picks now. Don't forget, every game's worth 4 points. Get to KZOZ.com to play. You can win yourself a free round of golf. $25 to go to the Poorhouse and brunch at the Sea Venture. Plus, don't forget our MVP. You get to pick your song of the week. Have you been enjoying that Elvis, Kevin?
Oh, yeah. You know it.
Oh, yeah. You know it. KZOZ.com to play. Good luck, guys. We'll catch up with you next time.
All right,
Talk
thanks,
to you
guys.
later.
All right, there they go. It's the Red Zone Challenge online, KZOZ.com.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.